Okay, so the Lord got me up at 5 a.m. this morning. I'm not sure why, but He woke me wide awake. um, and He's put the understanding of alert to watch. Okay, people, there's a lot of people talking about these revivals going on. The ones that know the Bibles have changed. You understand what's getting ready to happen. That's why it's called the land of sorrows. That's why you don't want to see none perish. Okay. Apophis is on the way. Sorry, I had to pause. My husband was doing something silly. So anyway, Apophis is on the way. Now, all jokes aside, this isn't a joke. This is serious, okay? So let me tell you what happened. So because they have believed the lie, people, they believed in vain and they will be damned because it's a false gospel being taught right now all around the world. And this is very serious, okay? So Jesus says, if you believe in me, also believe in He who sent me, meaning God, okay? That's what Jesus told you. Jesus never asked you to come into His heart. Ask Him into your heart. He never said none of that. That's a Joe Osteen movement. And that's what Mr. Kirk spoke. Alright, I'm trying to explain this because what's happening, y'all don't understand. Jesus, well, the Father, He said to seek shelter. Seek shelter means that you find safety for what's getting ready to be unleashed. See, you don't want none to perish. Because this is that land of sorrows, people. This is where you're going to see a lot of people die all across the world suddenly. And they're going to blame it on this JAB, and it's not the JAB that's going to cause this. They're going to say it's AI, and it's not. It's the spirit of the devil. He's on the move. So when Patel, I think that's how you pronounce his name, told Kirk he would see him at Valhalla. Valhalla, people, is that final battle between the fallen angels and the devil. So what they did is the fallen angels taught all of these people here the forbidden knowledge. So they would fall from God further to believe a lie. This is what's happened. Alright, and there's like, but the words don't change. Oh, well, in Revelations it says the words would no longer be sealed up when the trumpets blew. And the trumpets have been blowing since 2008, so that's a lie. So the words would no longer be kept on paper and ink. That's why there was another gospel that was coming, another Jesus. That Jesus was not our Jesus. That is the Antichrist. Okay, so people don't understand how this is working. You're seeing two wars playing out, okay? That's what you're seeing. You're seeing the fallen angels and you're seeing the darkness. The fallen angels act like they're light, but they're darkness, okay? They were tricked by the devil, so they want their vengeance on the devil. They're not going to get that vengeance, people. The devil's coming to collect the debt. There was only one way back to the Father, and that was through the Son. That's it. You don't get no other way back to the Father when you fall here. You have fallen, okay? You're in Tartaria, whatever it's called. The one next underneath of it is the Marian kingdom, which is the beast kingdom, which is the abyss. And I didn't even know that until somebody wrote it. So I appreciate it. If you have listened to any of my videos, I thank you so much. And I will send many blessings your way. Because I didn't know what after Babylon came. Because it said those that worship the rainbow star will go further than Babylon. Alright? So these are warnings of these Bibles. Do you all understand that? That's what's coming. These are warnings. This is the second death for those that have fallen away from their truth to believe a lie. If they shall believe the lie, they shall believe in vain and be damned. See, we can't do nothing right now. This isn't the revival that God was talking about or Jesus was talking about. You will transform. You will get heavenly bodies to do the will of God. That's what will be on the way. And when Satan's kingdom rises, people back here, you will not be able to speak of the true Jesus. You will only be able to speak of the Kabbalah Jesus. Do you understand? You will not be able to speak of the true Son of God. You will only be allowed to talk about the Sun God, which is RA, which is Satan, Lucifer people. So I hope this helps you all. Abraham Accord that was signed was part of the false peace, false hope, sudden destruction. It was a 7-year covenant. It had nothing to do with the ones over there in the Middle East. That had nothing to do with it. The counterfeit kingdom, everything's a counterfeit here. You understand that? The devil's been the murderer from the beginning. He is the father of lies. This is all a lie here. Everything here is a lie. And if you say, no, it hasn't, well, you know what? If it's not, I'll give you something that's very clear that you probably know more than anything in the world, especially America. And it's silly, but you know what happened. You remember Walt Disney? You remember Tinkerbell, where she dotted the I? Never happened. Okay? So if you say it did, then what does that mean for you? If you can remember that, but you can't remember your words, your true scriptures, what does that mean for you? That's something you're going to have to ask yourself. You were supposed to seek out the Lord while he may be found. This other spirit is not Jesus, people. This is the Antichrist. And I pick up 2, I pick up 3, and every one of them is showing you what is coming. This is for the takeover. This is for that darkness that's to fall. And that darkness is that spirit. And most will hate the true people that are speaking the truth because it does not tickle their ears. They'd rather take the doctrine of demons than they would of the truth, because the truth convicts you. And that's the reality of it. You can't be a murderer. You can't be a sorcerer. You can't be an idolater. You can't be a liar. You can't be, a whoremonger. I'm sorry. You can't be these things and get into the kingdom of heaven. You can't do that. So seek shelter, because there's a lot of sorrows coming across this land. And it ain't just America, people. It's going to be worldwide. There's going to be very few left after it's done. Have a good day.